A tattoo of a ravenous beast appeared on my back out of nowhere. It devoured my parents' $1 million inheritance in just 3 years, the last of their wealth gone, leaving me starving in a gutter, awaiting reunification with them. As my consciousness faded, the echoes of the descent of the national game reverberated. I thought it a hallucination before death, but the next second I was transported to a desert. Bewildered, I ate a mouthful of sand to calm myself, unexpectedly awakening the devouring purification system, devouring all grants diverse abilities. And now I gaze dumbfounded at the vast desert, recalling the message from before. Out of 11 billion, only 200 were chosen for the game. Yet I, the feeble one, was among them. Uniting will be tough. How can I achieve victory? Could it be the Dragon Nation will fall because of me? Perhaps I should eat sand and perish, so my nation can replace me in the game. No sooner thought than done. With that, I struggled to scoop sand into my mouth. Ding, devoured sand. Constitution plus 0.1. Purification points plus 0. Devouring purification system bound successfully. Gain purification points by devouring all. Use points to purify bloodline tattoos. Current bloodline tattoo, Ravenous Beast O. More unlocked in store. This shocked me again. A devouring system, for real? Can I devour anything? The Ravenous Beast bloodline tattoo. No wonder I became such a glutton before. My despair gave way to burning passion. I scooped up sand and ate ravenously. Constant dings as my constitution increased. Meanwhile, in the Dragon broadcast, viewers were speechless. This skinny guy seems dumber by the minute. First time I've seen someone eat sand. He must be starving. Hope he doesn't get sick. If stranded in the desert ... Getting ill would be the end. Other nations mocked mercilessly. Ha ha ha, is the dragon player a monkey? I'm gonna die laughing. In the desert ... double quotes ... a monkey might starve in a day. Yet he's still eating sand. Dragon Nation will surely come in dead last. Dragon viewers had no retort. Other nations had athletes at worst. Only the dragon player was so frail and feeble. Just then, an announcement rang out. Players, heed this. The first forbidden zone is the desert. Survive there for 7 days. You'll be ranked by performance afterward. After 7 days, nations receive rewards or punishments accordingly. Death penalty. Each death costs the nation 1 year of life. The announcement snapped you to attention. You check your devouring rewards, but they diminished rapidly. Constitution could only gain 0.001 now. Luckily, you got the heat resist passive, helping survival in the scorching desert. This allowed you to survive better in the scorching desert. You then decided to leave this place. But just as you prepared to rise, the announcement from before sounded again. The Arabian player is dead. The entire nation of Airflower loses 1 year of life expectancy. National prosperity decreases by 10. The Cherry Blossom Nation's player is dead. The entire Cherry Blossom Nation loses 1 year of life expectancy. National prosperity decreases by 10. This sudden death immediately left everyone in shock. This death cancer progressed far too quickly. So, everyone began entering the live broadcasts of these two, checking the information they saw on their bodies. Several yellow ants the size of fists, eating their corpses. Seeing this scene, the viewers gasped in horror. This is too terrifying. I've never seen ants so enormous before. Anyone who encounters them would die. I hope our nation's players don't meet these desert ants. In the Dragon Nation's live broadcast, someone immediately exclaimed, "Look behind Nightwind. Aren't those desert ants?" Oh shit, those are desert ants. Our Dragon Nation is so unlucky. We encountered desert ants right at the start. Nightwind, run quickly. Yet at this time, I was heading forward, completely unaware of the desert ants' existence. Those outside could only watch the live broadcast, unable to warn our nation's player. They could only watch helplessly as the desert ant bit into me. It's over, completely over. I didn't have much life left to begin with. I can't afford to waste it like this. Nightwind is too stupid. He didn't even look back. But what happened next? Left these viewers dumbfounded. After being bitten, I turned around and raised my foot, stomping a desert ant to death with each step. I then directly put the desert ant into my mouth, devouring the desert ant. Strength +1, Constitution +2, Speed +3, Evolution points +1, Score +1. Obtained passive skill, Poison Resistance LV1. As the Dragon Nation people stared dumbfounded, an announcement suddenly appeared. The Dragon Nation's player is the first to kill a monster, rewarding the Dragon Nation with 1 year of increased life expectancy. National Prosperity +10. Hearing this announcement, all of China immediately became fervent. Nightwind was the first to kill a monster. From now on, I'm his loyal fan. No one can insult Nightwind. This increased our life expectancy by a whole year? I can't believe the scrawny guy could be so powerful. I think some foreigners mocked our player earlier. That's unacceptable. I'm going to their broadcast to insult them back. Other nations also saw this announcement. How did the allied Dragon Nation get the first kill? My Cherry Blossom Nation's player can't lose to the Dragon Nation. So this is the Dragon Nation's player? He's a bit too monstrous, isn't he? Eating desert ants like snacks. He must be trying to get himself killed. One bite from a desert ant paralyzes humans. Why is Nightwind completely unaffected? Is that the Dragon Nation's contestant? This is a bit too extreme, wouldn't you say? Just eating those desert ants like snacks. He must have a death wish. A single bite from a desert ant, and a human would be paralyzed. Why doesn't the Feng seem affected at all? He can't be cheating, can he? In the national run game, after eating one desert ant, I wasn't satisfied. At that moment, several desert ants had appeared on my thigh, ferociously biting and tearing, yet I remained unaffected. I swiftly caught one desert ant in my hand and ate it alive, devouring the desert ant. Strength +1, Stamina +2, Speed +3, Purification points +1. Score +1. Obtained 1 F-grade treasure chest, devouring the desert ant. Strength +1, Stamina +2, Speed +3, Purification points +17. Score +1, obtained 1 memory fragment. Soon I had eaten all 20 desert ants and still had an unsatisfied craving. This devouring not only yielded to new items, but more excitingly, I could finally awaken my gluttonous bloodline. Subsequently, I poured all my evolution points into the gluttonous bloodline. Ding notice, host has awakened gluttonous bloodline. Awakening the gluttonous bloodline is very painful. Endure it. Hearing this, I couldn't help but inwardly sneer. How painful could it be? Bring it on. Arg, so painful. The next second, I was rolling on the ground in agony. Seeing this, the audience in the live stream all turned pale. What's going on? The Feng can't be poisoned, can he? Did you really need to ask? Eating that many desert ants at once. If he's not poisoned, that would be the real surprise. Our Dragon Nation contestant, he can't really eat himself to death, can he? Meanwhile, in the foreign livestream, the renowned survival expert Bida, seeing the Dragon Nation situation, said, "This Dragon Nation contestant is quite daring, but lacks basic survival knowledge. That's something you can't just eat. He's clearly seeking death. In less than a minute, the Dragon Nation contestant will be poisoned to death." Indeed, just about a minute later, my body lay motionless on the ground. Seeing this, the foreign audience grew excited. Damn, Bida is so impressive. Like a prophet. The Dragon Nation contestant is an imbecile. Any normal person knows not to eat random things. Just as the foreigners mocked and jeered. Suddenly, they were stunned by the sight before them. I slowly sat up. Ding, congratulations. Host has awakened the Gluttonous bloodline. Successfully obtained the Gluttonous power. SSS grade, can devour anything. Obtain exclusive skill, Void Rending Palm LV.1. Seeing the changes to my body, I couldn't help but yearn for the national language games. Anything here can be eaten. Then I wasted no more time, heading towards the FC treasure chest. Damn, is this grave robbing? The temptation of the treasure chest. Would you open the treasure chest even if you were dead? The treasure chest you spoke of. What might come out of it? Perhaps food? Or water resources? Just then, as the Dragon Nation audience was hotly debating the treasure chest, they saw me actually take a bite of that F7 treasure chest. Bang, with the sound of a collision. A toothmark was left on the F7 treasure chest. Some foreign lady audiences burst into laughter. When they saw this scene, they really laughed themselves to death. I thought the Fung was so powerful for killing that desert ant, but now it seems the Fung has brain issues. Could he have become a zombie? Then I saw a system prompt appear. Abandon the plan to devour the treasure chest. Reminder to the host. Before opening, treasure chests are protected by a mysterious law and cannot be destroyed. Please open the treasure chest before devouring. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I almost broke my teeth on this treasure chest. Then I reached out and opened the F7 treasure chest, obtaining the F7 weapon Desert Eagle with 100 rounds. Announcement: Dragon Nation player first to open a treasure chest. Dragon Nation's life expectancy increased by 1 year. National fortune increased by 10. When the announcement appeared in all live broadcast rooms, foreigners cursed. How is this possible? Didn't the Dragon Nation player just shake the treasure chest? Yet the reward is so much. A whole year of life expectancy. I'm from the Dragon Nation, but my nationality is beautiful country. Why don't they increase my lifespan? Meanwhile, the Dragon Nation celebrated nationwide. Many said their families run supermarkets, and will be sure to feed the Fung well when he's out. At this moment, I was playing with the Desert Eagle in my hand. I had longed for such a handgun weapon before. If I had obtained a handgun earlier, I might have been overjoyed. But now it's different. Without hesitation, I swallowed it down. Devouring the Desert Eagle. Strength +3, Constitution +3, Evolution points +2. Obtain passive skill Tough Skin LV1. Nice. I even got another skill. Then I turned my gaze to the treasure chest again. A minute later, I had devoured the entire F7 treasure chest. Devouring F7 treasure chest. Strength +2, Constitution +10, Purification points +5. Obtain personal space LV1, Tough Skin LV2. Seeing the personal space, I knew this was a great thing. If I need to carry anything later, it will be very convenient. Then I took out the memory fragments dropped by the desert ant and quickly checked them. Through the desert ant's memories, I learned there was a pool nearby. Water is most important in the desert, otherwise even the powerful will die of thirst. So I headed towards that pool. Sand and desert ants didn't taste good. I needed to change my palate. Where there is water in the desert, there are bound to be many strange beasts. Then I'd have food and water taken care of. All I need to do is eat nonstop. To be ranked first for the Dragon Nation, I took out the memory fragments erupted by the desert ants once more. A quick glance revealed that, through the memories of the desert ants, I learned there was a pond nearby. In the desert, the most crucial resource is water. Otherwise, even the mightiest would perish from thirst. So I headed towards that pond. For the taste of sand and desert ants wasn't that appealing. I needed a change of palate. Where there was water in the desert, there would surely be an abundance of strange beasts. That way, I'd have food and water covered. I just needed to eat ravenously. To rank first in the dragon pot. 15 minutes later, I had covered more than half the distance, when a sudden gunshot caught my attention. I quickly flipped over a sand dune and witnessed a shocking scene. I saw a crystal-colored giant worm over a meter wide, chasing after A person holding a Thompson submachine gun. This person was a contestant from Moxiong Nation. Terror was written all over his face as he backed away, firing his Thompson submachine gun wildly at the golden worm. Yet the bullets striking the golden worm seemed to do little damage. When his ammo was spent, the Moxiong contestant collapsed to the ground. The golden worm soon reached him, and in one bite sent him to meet his maker. Announcement: Moxiong contestant killed. Moxiong Nation's life expectancy reduced by 1 year. National fortune reduced by 10. At this point, everyone in the live stream was stunned. Disbelief written on their faces. Impossible. This was just a level 1 golden armored beetle, yet its defense was so formidable. Not even bullets could pierce its body. The Moxiong contestant's mental fortitude was to poor. To be terrified into collapsing like that, so disgraceful. Oh damn, our Dragon Nation's the Fung is still just watching from the sidelines. Run, quickly, if the golden armored beetle notices you, you're done for. But seeing the Fung lying completely still, the crowd breathed a sigh of relief. As long as the golden armored beetle leaves, the Fung can continue on his way without any major issues. Meanwhile, I was contemplating how to defeat this golden armored beetle. After some thought, I allocated all my remaining evolution points into the Gluttonous bloodline, seeing my strength reach 40 points. I couldn't help but gasp in awe. At this moment, my strength was 5 times what it was when I entered, combined with my rending claw technique. One swipe could probably shatter bricks. What was this worm to me? I leapt from the sand dune and charged straight at the golden armored beetle. It was tearing at the Moxiong contestant's corpse. When it saw me, abandoning its meal, it scurried towards me. Seeing this, the Dragon Nation viewers held their breaths in tense anticipation. The Fung beat that snake to a pulp. I bet he can finish it in 3 moves. If the Fung kills the snake after all, this night wind is so fierce. Your mouth may be formidable, but your body is lacking. You're no match for the golden beetle that even bullets can't kill. Night wind, run. Don't fight the golden beetle. I can't see what these people are saying. Soon, I approach the golden beetle. At this moment, my right hand gathers an invisible claw. With tremendous force, I strike the golden beetle's body with it. Accompanied by a loud bang, the golden beetle's body instantly has a massive crater appear. The golden beetle dies immediately, then without hesitation, I start devouring it on the spot. The viewers in the live stream are all dumbfounded. Then they become hugely excited. I admit I underestimated the Fung. Is this the legendary body cultivation master? Bullets couldn't pierce the golden beetle's shell. Yet the Fung killed it with 1 strike. I hereby announce, the Forbidden Zone will now belong to the Mao Nation's people. Seeing this scene, the Dragon Nation doesn't look pleased. You Dragon Nation contestants went too far. How could you not try to save him? Did you have to wait until our Mao Nation contestant died before the Fung came out? I strongly condemn the Dragon Nation. The Dragon Nation must compensate our Mao Nation for our losses. Meanwhile, the wrong nation's viewers take offense at the mention of the Fung. Our nation's contestant is so weak. Just shut up. The Fung killing the golden beetle is avenging you. Devouring golden beetle, strength +5, speed +2, stamina +10, iron bone crimson robe LV2 upgrades to indestructible golden body LV1. It takes me 5 minutes to fully devour the golden beetle's corpse. Then I turn my gaze towards the charging gunner next. Without hesitation, I start eating it too. Night wind is as obstructive as ever. This thing looks too cute. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Beauty Nation contestant approaches the oasis cautiously with an AK, yet Night Wind is still being a nuisance. However, before he reaches the oasis, a huge snake emerges from the water, slithering towards him. The experienced Beauty Nation contestant, upon seeing the giant snake, flees without hesitation. The Beauty Nation viewers are instantly enraged. Why are you running? Fight the snake with your AK. The oasis is right there. Are you just going to let the 100-ton oasis disappear? I already have my bucket ready. Is that all you've got? After fleeing for a while, seeing the snake not pursue, the Beauty Nation contestant breathes a sigh of relief. He then opens the chat channel, saying, I found an oasis here, but a giant snake is guarding it. Anyone want to team up to kill the snake? We can share the water. The Beautiful Country's contestant had been running for a while when she realized the giant snake was no longer chasing her. She heaved a sigh of relief. After pondering for a moment, she opened the chat channel and said, I've discovered a pond here, but there's a huge snake guarding it. Would anyone like to team up and kill the snake? We can share the water resources. Sure, I'm willing to cooperate, replied another. But I just ate, so I've decided to go get water at the pond. I can't just keep eating without drinking after all. Soon I could see the pond from afar. At the same time, I spotted 7 other contestants from different countries, but only 3 were still standing on the shore. The other 4 were lying on the ground, dead or alive unknown. Meanwhile, the Beautiful Country's contestant also noticed my arrival. He said suspiciously, in this desert, how could there be such a scrawny human? Maybe he's a native of the desert. The contestant from the Cherry Blossom Country responded, he looks like he's from Dragon Country, but he's too scrawny. Hard to tell. The Cosmic Country's contestant mocked in a low voice. Someone so feeble dares to come for the resources? Isn't he just looking for death? The Beautiful Country's contestant pondered briefly, then said, this guy seems abnormal. If he gets close to the water, he will definitely battle the snake. While he's occupied with the snake, we can seize the chance to act and get some water resources. Otherwise, with our limited supply, we can't last much longer. Meanwhile, in Dragon Country's live broadcast room, an excited atmosphere prevailed. Leafwind beat that snake to death. I bet you can finish the fight in 3 moves. You guys said Leafwind can't kill the snake, so he'd better strip on the spot. Don't forget to plant our national flag in the middle of the pond. Though confident in Leafwind's strength, the viewers worried about his mental state. So far, his behavior had been too abnormal, focused only on food. They had to be concerned. Meanwhile, I had just reached the water's edge when a 10-meter snake burst out, opening its huge jaws to swallow me whole. But instead of dodging, I stretched out my right arm, letting it bite down. The snake clamped its mouth over my entire arm, apparently intending to gulp me into its belly. A crunching sound rang out, but my body remained intact. Instead, inside the snake's mouth, I unleashed my void claw, instantly crushing its brain. The snake thrashed a few times on the ground before dying completely, but after killing it, I didn't immediately start eating. Instead, I turned my gaze toward the contestants from other countries. I should drive those 3 away before doing anything else. So I slowly approached them. The 3 remaining contestants, seeing this, were dumbstruck. After all, the massive snake had been instantly killed by Leafwind. The speed was far too fast, inhuman even. This can't be a normal person. That can't possibly be a human, can it? The contestants from the Cosmic Kingdom and Sakura Kingdom saw the Fung approaching them. They came toward him, then turned and fled. The Beautiful Kingdom's contestant also wanted to escape, but he didn't have much stamina left. He immediately raised his AK and attacked the Fung. Rat-a-tat-tat. The bullets all struck my body. Yet I suffered not the slightest injury. Not even a reduction in speed. The bullets just ricocheted off my body. The Beautiful Kingdom's contestant was utterly distraught. He could only stand there dazed, while I, at this point, frowned deeply. Originally, I had not intended to kill the Beautiful Kingdom's contestant. I only wanted to drive them away, so they wouldn't interfere with my cultivation. But little did I expect that the Beautiful Kingdom's contestant would attack me first. This was simply intolerable. Since that's the case, don't blame me for being vicious. I went straight up to him, and with one slap, killed the Beautiful Kingdom's contestant. Announcement: the Beautiful Kingdom's contestant was killed by the Dragon Kingdom's contestant. The Beautiful Kingdom's national power decreased. The Dragon Kingdom's national power increased. When this announcement came out, the Beautiful Kingdom people cursed, "Damn it. How dare you Dragon Kingdom kill our Beautiful Kingdom's person? You Dragon Kingdom people ... We'll wait for your Dragon Kingdom's contestant. He's actually a murderer." This is really too terrifying. I suggest everyone around here should team up and kill the Dragon Kingdom's contestant. What kind of weapon should we use to kill him? No one brought a nuclear weapon. Meanwhile, the Dragon Kingdom people were extremely excited and thrilled. After the excitement, they couldn't help but worry. I wonder if the Feng can swim? After all, most people can't swim nowadays. Oh crap, you're such a jinx. Let's hope that situation doesn't arise. If the Feng can't swim, well, that would be pretty awkward, wouldn't it? Everyone watched me anxiously as I walked back, truly concerned that might happen. But when I returned, I didn't rush to eat the giant snake. Instead, I went to the edge of the pond and simply knelt down to start drinking. Devouring water quality plus 0.1. Purification points plus 0. Gained water affinity skill V1. Hearing that I gained the water affinity skill, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. After all, I really couldn't swim. However, I was not satisfied with just that. Instead, I continued drinking the water. At this point, my body was like a bottomless pit, madly absorbing all this water. Soon, I had drunk several tons of water into my belly. Ding! Congratulations, host! Your water affinity has leveled up. Successfully raised to LV3. After that, I stopped drinking. Better plant the national flag in the pond first. If I accidentally drink all the water in the pond, that could be troublesome. After all, 10 empty ponds serve no purpose. When I thought of this, I leaped straight into the pool. I quickly swam to the center of the pool. Out of nowhere, I produced a flag and planted it there, announcing that the Dragon Nation player has occupied this pool. 100 pools will appear within the borders of the Dragon Nation, bringing good fortune. The Chinese player is the first to obtain this resource. All living Chinese people are fully restored. With this announcement, changes began to occur within the Dragon Nation's borders. Cancer patients had joyful smiles on their faces. Those long bedridden also leaped up from their beds, full of energy. In an instant, the lives of millions in the Dragon Nation were restored. Originally, these people had lost all hope, but now each one wept tears of joy. I saw that the reward had been received, so I immediately began absorbing the water in the pool's center. What I didn't know was, at that moment not far from the pool, a large amount of steel burst forth from someone's body. Soon a steel-clad figure appeared. Ha ha ha. I have finally awakened my power. The Dragon Nation player will face death this time. The Beautiful Nation's audience saw their player awaken and became excited. Oh my god! I didn't see that coming. Is that the legendary Iron Man? That armor is so cool. Quick, go kill the Dragon Nation player. While I was drinking water, I also paid attention to the chat. 2 players have awakened their powers. The Beautiful Nation became Iron Man, while another gained control over flames. Both are extremely powerful combatants, able to easily kill high-level beasts alone. They plan to team up against me. I wonder what Iron Man tastes like? If I could get the Beautiful Nation captain's shield, that would be delicious. This piqued my interest. I just need to wait here for them. The Dragon Nation audience, of course, also knew about the other players. Iron Man and the Flame Guy are teaming up to kill the Feng. I wonder if the Feng can defeat them? I like Iron Man, but this time I want the Feng to win. If he can beat Iron Man, I'll buy the Feng figurine. Ding! Host water affinity has risen to level 3. I looked at the remaining half-full pool. Consuming water is a bit slow at this rate. It would be better if I could swallow the whole pool at once. Ding! Congratulations! Host water affinity has leveled up to level 3. Half an hour later, I had nearly drained the entire pool. A robot flew overhead from the sky, while a flame-wreathed figure ran toward me on the ground. It was Iron Man and the Flame Guy. They planned to team up against me first. Before Iron Man arrived, he fired several missiles from his body toward the pole. The Dragon Nation audience looked worried and anxious. The Fung is in danger. Regular guns can't harm his body. But Iron Man's missiles are powerful enough to kill high-level beasts. They planned to join forces and kill the Fung first. Iron Man hadn't arrived yet, when a few cannon blasts shot out from his body, flying straight toward the pond. The Dragon Kingdom audience saw this situation, and their faces revealed very worried and anxious expressions. The Fang's predicament was now very dangerous. Ordinary guns couldn't harm his body, but Iron Man's cannon blasts, as we just saw, could instantly kill even a level 1 beast. Adding the Flame Man into the mix, the situation was extremely urgent. The Fire Kingdom showed no martial ethics, launching a treacherous 2-on-1 sneak attack. Soon, Iron Man's cannon blasts flew right beside me. Just as the blasts were about to hit my body, I reached out my right hand and caught the cannonballs. With a huge bang, I stood there naked. Originally, I had planned to catch the cannonballs and swallow them. But unexpectedly, when they hit my hand, they exploded directly, giving my hand just a slight tingle. Although my body endured it, my clothes didn't make it. After that, I didn't linger, going straight to the shore. As for Iron Man, seeing his cannonballs didn't harm the Fung, his face paled. He didn't know what ability the Fung had awakened to make his body so tough, but he didn't worry too much, since he still had another teammate, Flame Man. No matter how hard his body was, he'd surely fear flames, right? As long as they joined forces, they could surely kill the Fung here today. So, he told the Fire Kingdom fighter on the ground, "You go engage him in close combat. I'll provide long-range support. Once we kill the Dragon Kingdom fighter, the pond's water is ours." But before Iron Man could finish speaking, he was stunned by the sight before him. What water in the pond? How had an empty pond appeared? Flame Man also noticed this situation as he approached, giving Iron Man a confused look and asking, "You're not tricking me, are you?" Not wanting to fall out with Flame Man for now, since he couldn't beat the Fung alone if Flame Man left, Iron Man told him the photo I shared earlier showed this pond was full of water. Now it's empty, because the Dragon Kingdom fighter took all the water. He must have an item to store water on him. If we kill him, we can get that item. Fine, I'll trust you. One more time, Flame Man said coldly. He then charged toward the Fung. At the same time, Iron Man's cannonballs flew toward me from the sky, while I let those cannonballs hit my body, charging toward Flame Man. As Flame Man neared me, he unleashed a torrent of flames. Seeing this, I just smiled faintly, saying thanks for the meal. Then I opened my mouth wide and started absorbing the flames. Faced with this, I merely smiled faintly, saying thank you for the delicious food. Then I opened my mouth wide, beginning to absorb these flames, devouring the fire, gaining the skill Fire Immunity LV. Soon I had eaten all the flames clean. Afterward, I laughed and said, "Not full yet. Bring me some more." The Flame Man angrily said, "I see you're looking for death. Since that's the case, today I shall grant your wish. Let you know what being burned feels like." Then, a huge fireball materialized before the Flame Man, attacking me. But Iron Man wasn't idle either. A laser beam shot from his palms, flying towards the crevice. And I wasn't careless, directly using the void palm against the laser. With a bang, the light scattered. And I felt a numbness in my hands. It seems Iron Man's laser was quite powerful. Looking at him, I said, not bad at all. Then I walked straight through the fireball, approaching the Flame Man. Soon I was by his side. The Flame Man tried to dodge, but it was too late. His body had only retreated a few steps when I grabbed hold of him. Immediately, his body stumbled, because my hand had grabbed that place. At this moment, my face flushed. It seemed I had grabbed something very soft. This Flame Man is actually ... you? This is quite awkward. This Flame Pod contestant was engulfed in flames. I couldn't even tell if it was a man or woman. At this moment, the Flame Man said coldly, "You're gripping too tightly. I'll have to retract my hand to avoid embarrassment." "My apologies," I said. "May I let go of you? But you can't escape. Otherwise, I won't let you off." The Flame Man snorted, "Pervert." And I no longer paid her any mind, turning my gaze to Iron Man, saying, "Aren't you tired flying up there? Come down quickly." Iron Man, seeing the Flame Man subdued so swiftly, his face changed greatly. Then he said, "If you're so capable, come up here." I looked up at the sky and laughed. Iron Man laughed too. "You just wait. Soon I'll strip that suit right off you. I don't believe your energy is infinite, that you can keep flying in the sky." Hearing me say this, Iron Man's face paled. The energy in his suit was indeed not infinite. He needed to recover it slowly. He really couldn't stay in the air indefinitely. Then he snorted, "We'll see about that. Give me some time, and I can summon the Mark II suit. By then, even if your body is made of steel, I'll blast right through you." Hearing Iron Man say this, my eyes lit up. He could actually summon the Mark II Iron Man suit? Then I'd have more to devour. I replied, "That's great. Even better if you can summon the Infinity Stones. I bet they taste pretty good." Iron Man was furious. I then said to him, "Those feelings are great. It would be even better if you could summon infinite gems. The taste must be quite delicious." Iron Man was suddenly enraged. "Just you wait, Mick." After that, he accelerated. He flew away directly. Glorious! Seeing this scene, the audience became excited. Night is so powerful. Iron Man was scared away directly. He even captured a contestant from the Fire Nation. How awesome! The powerful Iron Man from the movies ... DOES and even have the courage to face Night directly. After seeing Iron Man fly away, I didn't chase after him. After all, I can't fly for now. To capture him, I'll leave that for later. Then I turned my gaze towards that flame person. But before I could speak, suddenly a mission appeared. Mission! 3 hours later, Fire and Subduing Demon will appear, accompanied by the Fire-Breathing Beast. Killing the Fire-Breathing Beast will earn points. The Fire Rain will last for an hour. After that, points will be ranked. Individuals will receive the Fire Rain Delicacy reward. After that, I didn't pay much attention, but looked at the flame person and said, "I can spare you. You ... double quotes ... can't just leave like this. You came here to kill me, so you'll have to pay a price. I need to absorb your flames now. You won't refuse, will you?" The flame person said indifferently, "Does refusal matter?" After that, I didn't bother being polite. I went straight to the flame woman and started absorbing her flames frantically. After a minute, the flames on the flame woman were decreasing. She became flustered and shouted, "Stop it, stop it." But I didn't care about the flame woman's plea and continued absorbing the flames. She even started attacking me. "It's just some flames ... but she's still refusing." Seeing this, I said sternly, "Don't resist, or I'll kill you right now." The flame queen fell silent and just stared at Night. Soon as I absorbed more, The flames on the flame woman diminished until they completely vanished. At this point, I was dumbstruck. My eyes widened in surprise. As I blurted out a sentence, "Where are your clothes?" the flame woman didn't speak, but stared at me expressionlessly. At this moment in the Glory live broadcast, the audience erupted due to my words. Why is this Fire Fruit Beauty contestant ... completely censored? Isn't it only the private parts that are supposed to be censored? At this point, as I looked at the unclothed foreign beauty before me, I couldn't react for a while. When ... had I ever witnessed such a stimulating scene? Especially the flame woman ... she was a top-tier beauty. As my gaze met her cold face, I smiled awkwardly and said, "You should reconstitute your flames." She was truly a top-tier beauty. When my gaze met the flame woman's cold face, I smiled awkwardly. Then I said, "You should reconstitute your flames. It's not very proper to be naked like this." The flame woman said indifferently, "My flames have all been absorbed by you. They've been drained, so I can't reconstitute them now. I need to wait an hour before I can do so." Hearing this, I smiled awkwardly and said, "All right then, you can rest here. I'll get going." After that, I ignored the flame woman and headed straight towards the big snake. I needed to devour the big snake first. As for the flame woman, I had no intention of killing her, but I wouldn't just let her go either. She needed to improve her fire immunity before the fire rain descended. When I reached the big snake, I started devouring it. It took me a full half hour to devour most of the big snake. I saw a treasure chest left behind and was very pleased. Devouring level 1 python snake, plus 5 strength, plus 10 vitality, plus 5 speed, plus 3 agility, plus 10 evolution points. Gain sliding movement skill. As I was about to open and devour the treasure chest, the flame woman came over to me. "Can you give me some of your water?" "I can give you water. But what do you have to trade for it?" The flame woman's expression changed. Looking angry, "You've already seen my naked body. Isn't that enough? Do you want me to give you my body too?" If it were before, facing such a beauty, I might have been delighted. But times have changed. Now, in my eyes, only devouring rewards matter. Everything else is fleeting. Besides, this is a live broadcast game. I don't want to do anything inappropriate while being watched by everyone. Thinking of this, I said indifferently, "Your body means nothing to me. You can own me for now. Just give me something the next time we meet. If you don't have anything for me next time, how much do you want?" The flame woman, "I'll just take it from your body then." Hearing me say this, the flame woman became very angry. Her pride in her figure and beauty was rejected by a scrawny guy. But she could only endure silently, since she would die of thirst without the water. "Just ... give me the water quickly." Then she looked dumbfounded. "Why are you opening your mouth? I put the water in the pond. Drink it yourself. Come find me when your flames recover. I need your flames to level up soon." I put more water back into the pond. Then I went to the shore and opened the level 1 chest. Opening level 1 chest, gained level 1 skateboard. At this point, the audience watching the Dragon Kingdom's live broadcast was utterly baffled. The chest only gave a skateboard? What's the situation here? You can't skateboard on the sand, right? Well, the night breeze will cool it off quickly anyway. No need to worry about it. As I looked at the skateboard in my hand, I was perplexed. But it could still be considered a means of transportation. Then I started devouring the treasure chest to upgrade my personal space. Devouring level 1 chest, plus vitality, plus purification points. Personal space upgraded LV1, LV2. As I was checking my upgraded personal space, an announcement caught everyone's attention. Announcement: Banana Kingdom player died of heatstroke. Banana Kingdom's national life expectancy reduced by 1 year. National fortune reduced by 10. Damn, this is the first player to die of heatstroke. Even if he gets revived, he'll probably still die of heatstroke again after some time. The Banana Kingdom is in huge trouble this time. Meanwhile, other players in the game, although not dead from heatstroke yet, were close to dying of thirst. Everyone was frantically searching for water around the pond. Where the Feng was, dozens of national players gathered. They were discussing how to kill the Feng. Some are psychos ... Regular weapons can't kill him at all. Does anyone have high-level weapons from chests? I got a poison dagger. With my stealth ability, I can definitely kill the Dragon Kingdom player. The one speaking was the Cherry Blossom Kingdom player. His awakened talent was ninjutsu, allowing him to turn invisible. After killing a poisonous scorpion and getting the poison dagger, he became very confident. He then approached the Feng's location. Meanwhile, I was furiously absorbing flames from the flame woman's body. At this moment, ding! Congratulations to the host. Fire immunity upgraded to LVLVR. Afterwards, I said to the fire woman with great satisfaction, "You can leave now. Next time, don't forget to prepare for me." The Eastern fish snorted coldly, then turned and left. After all, if any contestants awakened their talent around this pond, they would definitely come to kill the Feng. Could the Feng kill 1 or 2 contestants and deal with more than a dozen contestants who had awakened their talents? The fire woman didn't believe so. After the fire woman left, I checked the time. There was still half an hour left before the first survival mission began. For others, this might be a crisis. But for me, it just meant new delicacies were about to appear. I couldn't help but wonder what the 7 great fire beasts would taste like, and what the reward for first place would be. Lost in thought, I fell asleep. Seeing this, the Dragon Nation audience couldn't help but feel tense. For a Cherry Blossom Nation contestant was coming with a saw blade dagger to ambush stealthily, and the Feng was completely unaware, still sleeping soundly. This was quite troubling. You all must have seen the Cherry Blossom contestant's dagger. It instantly poisoned and killed a level 1 demonic beast. Even a rhinoceros beetle's shell could be corroded. I don't know if the Feng can withstand it. By then, the Cherry Blossom contestant had approached not far from me. Seeing me asleep, he had a delighted smile on his face. It was as if heaven was giving him an opportunity. Then the Cherry Blossom contestant approached me step by step. When he reached my side, he directly raised his olive green dagger and stabbed at my chest. Bang, with a crisp sound. His dagger pierced into my body. I instantly felt a surge of pain, as if a mosquito was sucking my blood, a stinging pain. There are mosquitoes in the desert too. I then waved my hand, slapping it away with a crack. Announcement: Dragon Nation contestant kills Cherry Blossom contestant. Cherry Blossom Nation's life expectancy reduced by 1 year. Cherry Blossom Nation's national fortune reduced by 10. Seeing the empty desert around me, I frowned slightly. Was that not a mosquito just now, but a Cherry Blossom contestant? Bang! An olive green dagger fell from my body to the ground. Without hesitation, I swallowed the olive green dagger. Devouring level 1 poison dagger. Constitution evolution points increased. Poison resistance upgraded. Leveled up to LV2, LV3. Then I put all the evolution points into my Gluttonous bloodline. Congratulations, host. Gluttonous bloodline awakened to 30%. Gained innate skill. Swallow the Heavens LV1. Swallow the Heavens LV1 description after using this skill. You can swallow very large foods whole. Currently can swallow an elephant in one bite, without any issues. The ability to devour mountains and seas with a single bite filled me with excitement. Catching sight of this heavenly gift of a talent, I could not contain my immense joy. This was precisely what I had yearned for. At last, I could swallow an entire missy with just one bite. As I reveled in secret elation, the announcement rang out once more. The survival challenge fiery downpour had officially begun. It would last for 1 hour. The individual score rankings would be publicly displayed. Upon the task's conclusion, the final rankings would be determined. With the announcement made, the sky instantly turned crimson. Thereafter, the fiery downpour commenced. Simultaneously, a horde of flame beasts spawned. Yet, within 3 minutes of the fiery downpour's onset, dozens of contestants from various nations had already perished. At that moment, I wore a displeased expression, for I found myself in a safe zone. The Chinese audience breathed a collective sigh of relief upon witnessing this scene, returning from the live streams of other nations. These fiery raindrops are truly formidable. A single strike would burn right through. Even Iron Man's war machine armor could not withstand the onslaught. Truly, the heavens are blessing our dragon nation, allowing Nightwind to be in a safe zone, sparing him from being burned to death. However, at that moment, I pointed urgently at the sky, exclaiming, "Heavens, do you look down upon me? Quickly, let this place be struck by the fiery downpour." Upon hearing my words, the Dragon Nation's audience was utterly astonished, their jaws dropping in disbelief. "Nightwind, can you keep a low profile? Must you act so audaciously?" At that moment, the previously unchanged individual score rankings suddenly displayed new information. The Beautiful Nation's contestant has earned 10 points, securing first place. Instantly, the Beautiful Nation's live stream erupted in excitement. Iron Man is truly remarkable. A few cannon blasts sent the Flame Hand to his demise. If we maintain this pace, the Beautiful Nation will surely crush the Dragon Nation's trash contestant. Garbage. Up until now, there had been no change in the rankings. They merely awaited being trampled and eliminated by the Beautiful Nation. Minutes ticked by. Iron Man had slain 3 flame beasts in total, firmly occupying the first place on the score rankings. At this point, I could no longer restrain myself. I harbored grave suspicions that the heavens were conspiring against me. Otherwise, why had I not encountered a single fiery raindrop until now? In my heart, I silently vowed, one day I would devour this very heavenly lord. Thereafter, I wasted no more time. Retrieving the skateboard I had previously acquired, I stepped onto it. With a forceful push, my body propelled forward. Before long, I could discern from a distance an area where the fiery downpour was occurring. I swiftly advanced towards that location. Within a minute, I arrived amidst the fiery raindrops. Without hesitation, I charged into the downpour, tilting my head back to directly consume the fiery raindrops with my mouth. 3 minutes later, I had already ingested dozens of fiery raindrop morsels. Fire immunity upgraded, the endurance of listening to fire increased from LV2 to LV3. I immediately began running around aimlessly within the living fish. I started searching for the flame beast. After all, only by killing the flame beast could I obtain personal points. I guessed I'd encounter the leaderboard, and this time I had already reserved the first place. At this moment, everyone saw the Zong directly drink the fire rain into his belly. One by one, they were all dumbfounded. Was this accurate? Well, you were still in shock. I had already started tattooing when Brother the decided to act. I already knew he would be the first. After a period of searching, I finally found a flame beast. I saw a flame beast running in the fire rain not far away. I didn't hesitate at all. I ran straight toward the flame beast. When the flame beast discovered me, it didn't hesitate either. It charged at me. At this moment, the face of a flame beast appeared before me. Let me introduce the level 1 flame beast's description. This is a beast made of flames. It can breathe fire from its mouth and any part of its body. Possesses the fire attribute. Never make any contact with its body. Otherwise, you'll be burned. You only saw a level 1 flame beast. You weren't worried at all. You plan to use this level 1 flame beast to practice the skill swallowing heaven you just gained. You didn't know the effect of this innate skill. Meanwhile, in the live broadcast room, after seeing the level 1 flame beast's attribute description, the audience started discussing you. Guess how many times the Feng needs to attack to kill this flame beast? This flame beast is made of flames. It doesn't have anything like a head. It'll at least take 3 to 5 attacks, right? No matter how many attacks, I bet the Feng will kill the flame beast with his hands. Otherwise, I'll livestream eating shit upside down. At this time, foreign friends were also watching the Feng's livestream. Our beautiful country's Iron Man has already killed 5 flame beasts. Your Dragon country's player hasn't killed a single one yet. Iron Man takes a minute to kill a flame beast. The Dragon country's player should be about the same. Even if the Dragon country's player kills this flame beast, it doesn't matter, there aren't that many flame beasts around here for him to kill. So under everyone's gaze, you finally took action, and the next scene directly startled the people in the broadcast room. It was the most exaggerated thing they had seen so far while attacking the flame beast. You opened your huge mouth and swallowed it whole. You should know a flame beast's body is as big as a lion's. In other words, the Feng, with a single bite, swallowed a lion into his belly. To put it another way, the Feng just ate something that big in one bite. Am I seeing things? Something so big was eaten by the Feng. What the hell is this crime? Is this the legendary terrifying Touty? Too horrifying, right? When the foreign friends saw the Feng's performance, they were so frightened, their hearts almost gave out. Some small countries were already rushing back towards the Dragon Nation overnight, intending to discuss cooperation with the Dragon Nation. The beautiful nation's audience, their earlier arrogant air had vanished without a trace. They didn't even dare to speak in the Dragon Nation's live broadcast room. Burping is a little painful. It seems I can't eat living things directly in the future. Some were too big. I was a bit careless. If I had only swallowed the corpses of the flame beasts, naturally there wouldn't have been too much of a reaction, but I still had to kill the living flame beasts in my stomach. This made my stomach feel a bit burning and prickly. Fortunately, I don't need to defecate, otherwise it would have been hard on me. After that, I didn't delay any longer. After all, the firestorm only lasts an hour in total. Now there's only half an hour left. I need to quickly kill these flame lords to get first place. So I took out my skateboard again and continued skating. One good thing about the desert is that the view is quite open. It didn't take long before I found Iron Man's location. At this time, the beautiful nation's player was still wearing the first-gen Iron Man suit and battling a flame beast. Seeing this situation, I didn't hesitate at all, charging straight towards Iron Man. After all, I've always had a craving for the Iron Man suit. After the beautiful nation's player killed this flame beast, he had a very happy look on his face. He muttered to himself, "Now I have 60 points. First place on the individual leaderboard, while the Dragon Nation's player only has 10 points now. This time I'll definitely be first. Finally, I can help my country get a reward." Not only that, he then shouted towards the sky. "Beautiful nation folks, did you all see me? Just wait for me to get first place. Ha 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 ha! The beautiful nation is #1 in the world." But the beautiful nation's people, seeing Iron Man's behavior, were speechless, because they had already seen that the Feng was rapidly approaching Iron Man. From his previous performance, the first-gen Iron Man suit was no match for him at all. The Dragon Nation's player is coming. You idiot, don't just stand there talking. Fly up quickly. What are you doing on the ground? Once the Dragon Nation's fighter gets close, it'll be too late for you. But Iron Man was lost in his joy and didn't notice. What's more, I appeared from behind Iron Man. Very soon I had reached him. Unexpectedly, it was only at this moment that Iron Man sensed something amiss. He turned to look behind him. When he saw me, at first he was stunned in shock. Iron Man had just sensed some disturbance. He looked over his shoulder. When he saw me, he was first stunned with shock. Then his expression changed. Frightened, he hurriedly tried to take off. But having slain many flame beasts before, he had expended too much energy, his propulsion power. When he had flown just a dozen meters, I had already arrived here. Then with a leap, I shot straight into the sky, and my foot pierced right through Iron Man's chest. If I didn't seize that power core. Announcement: Dragon Nation player killed Beautiful Nation player. Beautiful Nation national operation check time. After a player's death, their body would soon disappear, and the equipment on them would be left behind. I directly put the power core in my hand, into my mouth, devouring the power core. Physical quality +3, spirit +1, evolution points +2, obtain power core skill LV1. Then I looked at Iron Man's armor before me, and ripped off Iron Man's mechanical arm, crunching on it. It was wonderfully crispy, like eating fried chicken. The Beautiful Nation audience seeing this scene, their faces filled with anger and rage. You Dragon Nation players have gone too far. Killing our Beautiful Nation player is one thing, but eating Iron Man's armor as well? This will seriously damage relations between our nations. The Dragon Nation player is truly terrifying. If this were the real world, no one could stop this inhuman creature. To such a non-human being, we protest. Dragon Nation must withdraw this player. Well, the Dragon Nation people, seeing the thing's ferocity, were all extremely excited and thrilled, as if they were the ones fighting. The Fang's teeth are amazing. He can even chew through steel. Where did he get those teeth made? Watching the Fang's livestream is making me hungry. So this is Iron Man? Disappointing. While I took only a minute to completely devour Iron Man's armor. Devouring the prototype Iron Man armor. Strength +5, physical quality +5, speed +5, evolution points +3. Obtained metal control skill. With metal control and power core skills, I could control Iron Man's armor. But I had no interest in that. The strongest is still my own body. Then, without wasting more time, I had to quickly kill the flame beasts, as time was running short. 10 minutes later, I had killed 5 flame beasts. Currently my personal score ranking was just 1 below Iron Man's. Only, the Beautiful Nation player no longer had Iron Man's armor. No way to kill more flame beasts. This first place is mine, isn't it? Just then, I suddenly saw another flame beast in the distance. My eyes lit up, and I charged straight at it. Not far from this flame beast, the Cherry Blossom Nation player was slowly approaching. He was currently stealthed, holding a newly acquired dagger. He took advantage of his invisibility ability and successfully killed 4 flame beasts. The Cherry Blossom audience was overjoyed at this moment. If the ninja could kill just 1 more flame beast, he would rank the same as the Dragon Kingdom's warrior. Our Cherry Blossom ninja is so powerful. These flame beasts couldn't even detect the ninja's presence. Before being slain, the dragon warrior is just physically tough, with no other advantages, just a brute, that's all. But as the audience discussed this, the scene suddenly changed. Another person appeared in the live broadcast. It was none other than Emmy the Fung skating at tremendous speed. Before the Cherry Blossom Warrior could react, I had already passed right by him. With the Cherry Blossom Warrior, directly struck and sent flying dozens of meters away. Shattered into pieces, the Cherry Blossom audience was instantly dumbfounded. Announcement: Dragon Warrior defeated Cherry Blossom Warrior. The Cherry Blossom Kingdom was speechless as I skated along and heard this announcement. I was stunned. I clearly didn't see the Cherry Blossom Warrior, yet somehow defeated him. Could it be the thing I struck just now? Surely this isn't some scam? How bizarre ... Why did he have to appear invisibly before me? The dragon audience seeing this was equally dumbfounded. Is the Cherry Blossom Warrior insane? Did he intend to scare the Fung to death with this method? I haven't even seen what the Cherry Blossom Warrior looks like. Yet he's already been killed twice. This is too cruel. Meanwhile, in the desert, I was frantically slaying the flame beasts. When I killed the very last one, the fiery rain in the sky vanished into thin air. Announcement: Fiery Rain Survival Quest completed. Rankings will now be announced. First place, Dragon Kingdom, title Usura. 1207 personal points. Personal reward, 1s7 Golden Compass. National reward: 3 massive new oil fields will appear within Dragon borders. Second place, Beautiful Kingdom, title Iron Man. 60 personal points. Personal reward, Next Gen Iron Man armor. National reward, 3 huge new lakes within beautiful borders. Third place, Fire Kingdom, title Fireman. 50 personal points. Personal reward, low-grade fire suit. National reward, 1 huge new lake within fire borders. Upon hearing these rankings, people worldwide were ecstatic. And the dragon audience, seeing the 3 new huge oil fields as their reward, became exceptionally excited and elated. As for me, I turned my gaze to the compass in my hand. The S-grade golden compass. Description: This is an extremely special compass. Just from its golden exterior, one can tell this item is no ordinary trinket. With the golden compass, you can find what you seek in the desert. When you are lost and unsure which way to go, follow the compass guidance, and you shall not go astray. Seeing this description, at that moment, after seeing the description of this compass's properties, my eyes lit up with excitement. With this thing, I wouldn't have to worry about getting lost in the desert anymore. But the design of this golden compass, it looked just like a golden emperor statue. Just looking at it made my mouth water. Now I was faced with a choice: to eat or not to eat. When the Dragon Nation's audience saw the S7 golden compass, they were all. With the compass in hand, the Fung no longer had to worry about finding resources. This desert had become our Dragon Nation's backyard. This was truly a blessing from the heavens for our Dragon Nation. Do you think the Fung would eat the golden compass? Oh, come on, don't be such a killjoy. If you don't speak, no one will think you're a mute. Just as the Dragon Nation's audience was discussing and supporting me, I had already started eating the golden compass, one bite at a time. The GSC golden compass was quite sturdy in material, making it somewhat difficult for me to eat. It took me a full 10 minutes to finish eating that giant golden disc. And even though you've eaten it, it hasn't been fully digested yet. Devouring the golden compass. Constitution plus 20 during digestion. Gained passive skill. Hint: LV note: as digestion progresses, various stats will continue to increase. Skills will also grow. Hint level: LV1. Description: hint can provide you with some information, including but not limited to the following: danger warnings, safe locations, enemy weaknesses. Resource locations. Seeing the specific hint description, my eyes shone brightly. This was far too powerful, wasn't it? Much more powerful than the golden compass's original function. It seems my decision was absolutely correct. From now on, whenever I encounter any items, I'll just eat them. But just as you were reveling in your joy, suddenly a hint appeared before your eyes. Hint 5 kilometers ahead of you. There is a person engulfed in flames. Danger level, low. The flame suit on her body can provide you a hearty meal. Firegirl ... Recalling the previous rankings, Firegirl actually ranked 3rd and obtained a Earth-grade flame suit. It seems Firegirl's strength is not simple. If I remember correctly, Firegirl still owes me something. I can take this chance to ask her for it. So I took out my skateboard and started skating rapidly towards her. At this moment, Firegirl looked at her flame-engulfed attire with a very happy smile on her face. This rain of fire was a disaster for the other contestants. But for Firegirl, it was simply heaven. She could absorb these flames to increase her strength. And the flame beast's damage had little effect on her. So when she killed these flame beasts, she was highly efficient, ultimately ranking 3rd. An excellent result, especially obtaining this flame suit. For her current self, it was simply a timely reign. No longer needing to worry about burning her fingerprints off when buying clothes. Just her blazing body. Plus this flame suit looked incredibly cool when worn. Wearing it made her seem like a female warrior goddess, looking dashing and valiant. After Firegirl finished packing, she began walking in one direction. But then, suddenly, her expression changed. She saw a black dot ahead, rapidly rolling towards her. Could it be another wild beast? But with her newfound power, she wasn't too concerned. After all, her low-level gear wasn't just for show. She was ready for battle at any moment. As the black dot drew nearer, she saw it more clearly. When she recognized the approaching creature, her face paled. It was Usura, the Dragon Kingdom's contestant. Wasn't he behind me? How did he get in front of me? She immediately turned and ran. Less than a minute later, her body suddenly froze. I was standing in her path, blocking her. "Where do you think you're going?" I asked. Firegirl looked at me coldly. "I can go wherever I want," she said flatly. "What business is it of yours?" With her newfound strength, Firegirl was no longer afraid of me. In fact, she even considered attacking me. But I just smiled and said, "I'm not trying to mess with you. I just want what's mine." "You haven't forgotten what I told you before, have you?" "No, I haven't forgotten," Firegirl said coolly. "But I haven't obtained anything yet. Those fire beasts didn't even drop a treasure box. I'll give you something the next time we meet." I smiled faintly. Those fire beasts indeed wouldn't drop anything. "The treasure box is on you. You've got quite a haul there. This time is this time. We'll talk about next time, next time." Hearing me say this, Firegirl immediately understood my meaning. Her face changed. "You scoundrel," she shouted angrily. "You want my clothes too? Even if you kill me, I won't let you have your way. Today I'll punish you right here. Let you know in this desert, you are not an invincible being." Thick flames burst from Firegirl's body. Then a massive fireball, a full meter across, came hurtling at me. But as the fireball reached me, I merely opened my mouth and swallowed it whole. An expression of surprise crossed my face. "Your flames taste even better than before," I said. "Don't you have any more?" Firegirl was speechless with rage. She furiously attacked me with flaming fists. Bang, bang! Ow, that hurt! But her punches landing on me were like hitting steel, no damage at all. Instead, she ended up hurting herself. Seeing this, I continued with a smile. "Originally, I just wanted one item from you, but since you attacked me first, I can't be blamed for being greedy. Strip off all your clothes for me now. Or do I have to take them by force? You wouldn't actually want me to take action, would you? The fire girl was rubbing her right hand. Hearing my words, she suddenly felt sorry for the Feng. He really didn't understand how to cherish a woman, did he? To actually ask a girl to undress in front of him. What did he take her for? If you don't strip, then I'll have to kill you. Anyway, these equipments will remain here. When the fire girl heard the Feng threaten to kill her, she finally couldn't hold back her emotions anymore. Tears were already swirling in her eyes. Just you wait. What you've done to me today, I'll pay you back double. Soon, she took off her flame dress, flame pants. When it came to the flame underwear, she also tightly. Just a moment later, she started to reach out to take off the last two pieces of clothing. You don't need to take off the rest. I'm not that kinky. And next time we meet, speak properly. Never think of trying to attack me, or the consequences will be something you don't want to see. After that, I picked up her discarded clothes and started collecting them in front of the fire girl. A few minutes later, I had devoured the entire flame suit. Devouring the flame epic suit. Physique plus 50, purification plus 30, heat resistance upgraded. Flame immunity level for unlocked. Level 3 upgraded to level 4. Once all that was taken care of, I looked at the fire girl standing in front of me, puzzled. Why aren't you leaving? You don't expect me to keep you around to eat, do you? The fire girl said coldly. I want to know how you found me. I smiled and said, just a coincidence. If you're not leaving, I'll go. Until we meet again. Then I rode my skateboard and headed in one direction. In my mind, another figure appeared. Iron Man had obtained the second-generation mech suit. It seemed my menu would have another tough dish added. These were all tough ones. But in the desert, it would be difficult to find these people. The hint function was currently a passive ability. I couldn't just ask for hints on whatever I wanted to know, unless these people shared their location with me. I had no way to pinpoint their positions. At that moment, the hint triggered again. Head in this direction, and you'll encounter an unexpected harvest. Hearing this voice, I showed a happy expression. Without hesitation, I proceeded in the indicated direction. At that moment, at the oasis where I was before, Iron Man's figure appeared in the sky. And by the side of the oasis, 3 heads suddenly popped out. The Dragon Kingdom's contestant? You don't think he's afraid and ran away, do you? Iron Man looked around from the air and said, I encountered the Dragon Kingdom's contestant once before. I thought he'd return here. I thought he would return to this pond. But now it seems he was likely afraid that after we obtained the tools, we would come and kill him. So he used the golden compass in his hands. To leave this place, let me contact others in the chat channel and ask if anyone has encountered the Dragon Kingdom player. So far, 90% of the players have died at least once. No matter what, we must kill the Dragon Kingdom player several times to satisfy my resentment. Upon hearing Iron Man say this, the Sand Kingdom player Sand Emperor nodded and said, I can control sand. The Dragon Kingdom player will leave traces when departing from here. Based on these subtle traces, I can determine the direction he left. Leave it to me to find the Dragon Kingdom player. Iron Man nodded and said, all right. Then I will contact a few more people. Once we manage to kill the Dragon Kingdom player, I can offer you some benefits. With the tools we obtain from him after you return to the real world. The ninja from the Cherry Blossom Kingdom, the Fire Lady from the Fire Nation, the Cosmic Thief from the Cosmic Kingdom, and the Red Bull from the Bullfighting Kingdom. They are all in this area. If we work together, killing the Dragon Kingdom's Asura would be remarkably easy, wouldn't it? After advancing for half an hour, I looked up at the sky. A massive flying beast was circling overhead. The beast was entirely yellow and at least 5 meters long. It let out a resounding cry, echoing through the clouds. Below the beast, several gold beetles were scurrying across the desert, fleeing in terror. It seemed the beast was hunting them. With a thought, the beast's attribute panel appeared before my eyes. Days level terrestrial description. This is a unique avian species of the desert, possessing extremely sharp talons. Days. It is a formidable predator in the desert. When unable to catch animals, it will subsist on sand. Once targeted by a daze, there is nowhere to hide. Seeing the beast's name, my expression became rather odd. I never imagined there would be an animal with such a name. Hopefully consuming it won't affect my intelligence. Meanwhile, in the live stream chat, the viewers' faces turn pale upon seeing the daze's description. Damn, it's a terrestrial level creature. That daze is huge. Haha, can you believe there's a creature called daze? Truly an eye-opener. How will the Fung deal with such a flying creature? The Fung can't fly after all. If that terrestrial level daze breaks through the Fang's defenses, it'll be trouble. The Fang's talents seem to be just being tough, nothing particularly special. At that moment, the terrestrial daze charged straight at a gold beetle. A golden beetle flew by and the golden beetle was never good at moving swiftly. Shadow approached beside the golden beetle. His mouth plunged straight into the golden beetle's body. To Shadow, the golden beetle's shell presented no obstacle at all. It was like a knife cutting through tofu. In an instant, he pierced through the golden beetle's body. Upon witnessing this scene, the viewers in the live stream drew a breath of cold air. Though Shadow's name sounded funny, his attack was extremely vicious. It was unknown if the Fung could withstand it. I think it's over. Let's see if the Fung dares to take the gamble. If he wins, he eats Shadow. If he loses, he gets disemboweled. Even if the Fung dies once, it doesn't matter. The gamble still pays. Seeing this scene, I furrowed my brow slightly. Currently my iron indestructible is only at level 2. I don't know if it can withstand this level. But no matter what, I definitely can't just watch Shadow fly away. This kind of ferocious flying beast is very important to me. I'm hoping to gain the ability to fly from Shadow's body. Thinking of this, I didn't hesitate. I moved straight towards those golden beetles. Since this Shadow wanted to hunt the golden beetles, then I'll get hold of these golden beetles first. Soon I had caught 2 golden beetles. At this time, I was pondering one thing. I still have over 100 purification points left. I can use them to purify and upgrade skills. Should I upgrade the defensive skill Iron Indestructible? Or the offensive skill Void Rending Palm? After comprehensive consideration, I decided to upgrade my attack first. After all, in this situation, no matter how strong my defense, I can't kill Shadow. I can only be passively beaten. I must strive for a one-hit kill. Kill it with one strike. Then I said to the system, use evolution points to upgrade Void Rending Palm. Congratulations, host! 100 evolution points consumed. Void Rending Palm upgraded from LV1 to LV2. At this time, the Elite Shadow also noticed my presence. After killing the surrounding 2 golden beetles, it swiftly flew towards me. Its razor-sharp mouth charged straight at my body. But I had no intention of fleeing. It was a good chance to try my skills on this Elite Shadow. As it was about to reach me, I didn't hesitate. I unleashed the Void Rending Palm. A white handprint appeared on my hand and struck at Shadow's mouth. Soon they made contact. An ear-piercing collision sound rang out. Then my palm grabbed and gripped Shadow's head. With a bang, Shadwell's head exploded. Seeing this scene, the audience gasped, their faces filled with shock. Did I see that right? A mirage. How to see the shape of a huge palm? How did I just see the shape of a huge palm? Could it be the legendary Buddha's divine palm? Does the Feng already possess such abilities? In the real world? Where did the Feng learn these skills? Could there really be cultivators who transcend mortality? I was unaware of the audience's thoughts at this time. The only thought in my mind was, although Shadwell's name is unpleasant, its taste when eaten is quite satisfying. This Shadwell was simply too large in size. It took me a full 10 minutes to devour it completely. Of course, this was partly because I deliberately slowed my pace. Consuming and absorbing so much high-level nourishment in a short time made the process slower for me. Devouring the elite Shadwell. Strength +5, speed +30, agility +30, purification points +30. Obtain the unique memory fragment for the flight ability. Damn, I really obtained the flight skill. This is truly unbelievable. For me, this is an extremely practical ability. If I encounter Iron Man again in the future, I won't have to just stand on the ground, waiting to be beaten. However, I'm not in too much of a hurry to use the flight ability. I plan to wait until I find a suitable opportunity to try it out. Afterwards, I continued examining the memory fragment I obtained. This is already the second memory fragment I've acquired. The first one led me to find the pool of water. I don't know what clues this second memory fragment will provide, so I didn't hesitate any longer and began absorbing this memory fragment directly. As I absorbed it, a vast amount of memories flooded into my mind, causing the Feng to feel an obvious sense of his head swelling up. The memory recorded in this defeated fragment contained far more than that of the desert and I wrote earlier. It also placed higher demands on my mental capacity. Since I had no urgent matters at the moment, I simply lay down here, absorbing, while awaiting the release of the second task. As I lay clutching my head on the ground, my appearance gave quite a fright to the viewers in the live stream. What's going on? Did I just hallucinate? A mirage? Is the Feng alright? Why did he suddenly collapse? He couldn't have heat stroke, could he? One really shouldn't overeat and overdrink. Look, the Feng's body weighs at most 100 pounds. Yet the things he consumed already weighed thousands of pounds at least. And the amount of water he drank is even more terrifying. Maybe he ate too much at once, and his body can't handle it. Hang in there, the Feng. Some foreign viewers seeing the Feng's condition had very happy smiles on their faces. But they had been disappointed many times before. As long as there was no announcement of the Feng's death, they wouldn't assume he had died. At this moment, they were secretly hoping for the Feng's demise. As time passed, I had lain motionless in the desert for over an hour. Ding, congratulations host, flight has leveled up from LV1 to LV2. I can level up skills just by lying down. This is truly delightful. Previously, I had no experience with flight, but when absorbing the low-level Shadwell, I also absorbed its flight experiences, while assimilating the memory fragments. Thus, my flight skill leveled up. Of course, I also gained some other things, like gold mines, pyramids, and so on. This elite Shadwell had quite a rich experience. It had passed by a pyramid once, and even captured a gold-type creature. Right at this moment, an announcement appeared. The second mission has commenced. Contestants can vote to decide which location to complete the mission. Mission locations: Pyramid, Star-Lord's Ancient City, Flame Mountain. Voting time: 3 minutes. 1 vote per person. The moment this announcement appeared, it stunned the contestants from all nations and global audiences. The contestants from each country began contemplating how to vote, which location to vote for. When I saw this announcement, a very happy smile appeared on my face. After all, I had just obtained the pyramid's location information. Of these three choices, I already had the answer. I would definitely choose the pyramid. I just didn't know how the others would vote.